Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'll be covering chapter 13 of Drama Queen. If you missed the previous video, there's a playlist link in the description, along with another series I covered which is Tower Dungeon. Let me know what other series I should cover as well. Just as a slight heads up, I am going to be in the process of moving soon, so I might not be able to cover the next few chapters of Drama Queen. Maybe chapter 14, but definitely not anything past that for the time being. In the meantime, I will make sure to get shorts out every day so you still have a little bit of content to enjoy. Who knows, you might find your new favorite manga from it, so keep an eye out for those. As always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe as it really helps out the channel. With that out of the way, onto the video. At the start of chapter 13, we are immediately in the aftermath of the car accident. It appears that Lily is dead, and Katami is regaining consciousness. We see an outside perspective of how long Lily's bone is, as onlookers gather to the scene of the crash. Katami's sister appears next to him and starts questioning why Katami is looking the way he does. She reminds Katami that this is what he wanted. Katami was pretty much sure he was the culprit anyway. Lily was gonna kill him, so he should be angrier at the situation. He coldly states that Katami not being angry makes him complicit with injustice. She continues on saying that Lily killed his whole family, but despite that, he went unpunished. That's the worst type of injustice there is. She hates that the city just lets the aliens get away with it. She reminds Katami that the more he stops being angry, the more the city falls apart. He cannot forgive Lily just because he's dead. But then some thoughts pop into Katami's mind. Times when Lily was being kind to him. Katami tries to tell his sister that there could be a chance that Lily wasn't the culprit, but she just smiles back at him, coldly. Then Katami comes to the conclusion that it makes no difference whether or not Lily was guilty or innocent. He now knows that. Katami then grabs his hammer. But then out of nowhere, Namamoto opens the door, commenting on his bloody state, laughing to Katami that it really was him that she saw, making a joke about how nasty of a crash this is. He's also trying to make light of the situation, wondering aloud if Katami will get some form of compensation for this accident. If he does, they should definitely go out to eat. She also notices that Lily is dead next to Katami. This whole interaction kind of puts Katami in a state of shock, not really knowing how to respond. Now Namamoto dives in to finish off Lily, but witnessing this, Katami has flashbacks to all of his positive interactions with Lily. And just as Namamoto is sinking in her teeth, to the shock of Namamoto and me as the reader, Katami pulls her off him. Katami himself also seems surprised by his own actions. He's starting to panic a little bit, but then he comes back to his senses, telling Namamoto that he can't eat Lily in front of all these people. Then suddenly, Lily's giant nose bone pops right back into his body. Lily is alive, but barely. This shocks both Namamoto and Katami. He can't believe Lily just came back to life. He thinks to himself that maybe the bite Namamoto inflicted on Lily shocked his heart back into rhythm, but his thoughts are quickly interrupted with Lily starting to speak. Lily, while on the verge of death, tells Katami that he's so glad he's alright, and then Lily starts to die again, causing his nose bone to sprout back up. But this immediately brings Katami back to what his father said, mimicking the same situation as before. Katami in a panic tells Namamoto to bite Lily again, much to the irritation of Namamoto, questioning why she has to do this flip-flop again. But Katami quickly promises that if she does, he'll feed her twice as much as usual. Namamoto and Katami then do this weird biting CPR that seems to teeter Lily on the verge of life and death. They keep going and going, causing quite the scene for the onlookers. Ultimately, Katami joins in and starts biting Lily as well. We then cut to a hospital. We see Lily in bed on the verge of tears. Katami is there at his bedside. They give each other a big hug. Namamoto is in the waiting area talking to the alien that almost got hit, asking him what he was doing when it happened. It turns out he's playing an undercover convenience store cop, where he watches to see if people steal something. He catches them as a hobby. To him, it's like a huge rush, which to Namamoto is just confusing. But then, Katami saves Namamoto from this weird conversation, telling her it's time to leave. Namamoto questions if the hospital is really letting him go, which Katami simply replies, he's fine, he's walking, right? While they are headed home, Namamoto questions why Katami saved Lily. He thought they were going to get rid of all the aliens eventually. Katami then looks down, responding to Namamoto, no kidding, but quickly changes the subject, telling Namamoto he has to keep his promise and they should go look for some aliens to eat. We then cut to Katami back at the factory, looking at the concert ticket Lily gave him. This whole situation seems to have Katami in another funk. Then 1 week later passes, and we are at Namamoto's house. She's waiting for Katami to bring some more aliens. When it seems like her prayers are answered, there's a ring at the doorbell. Namamoto quickly rushes to the door, and when she opens it, to her surprise, it's Backbone. Now real quick, the new name seems to be Sebone. This is a product of translations, so let me know if you like Backbone or Sebone better. For now, I like Backbone. Namamoto is surprised to see her there regardless. Backbone then speaks up and tells Namamoto she has a proposal for her. She asks Namamoto if they can live together, leaving an interesting end for this chapter. Now, this chapter seems like a climactic end for the first arc. I have some thoughts on the chapter. We've had a full character arc with Katami now. The beginning being this black and white personality, aliens can only be evil and he can't stand any of them. And now it seems through this interaction with Lily, his perspective changed just a bit. Maybe aliens aren't as bad as he thought. Don't get me wrong, I think Katami still mostly has a black and white perspective. Still hunts aliens for Namamoto to eat, I assume indiscriminately. Now there seems to be a little bit of gray, a touch of sunshine in Katami's black world. Which to me, I don't know exactly how I feel about it. On one hand, we still don't know whether or not Lily was the real culprit. Katami doesn't seem to think so, even though he hallucinated his crazy killer sister telling him otherwise. But we did see Lily genuinely happy that Katami survived. So maybe it was a case of Lily giving a horrible specific example of how he would kill someone for Huntaway. I guess there could be a super slim chance that Lily is still evil, and maybe he heard the conversation that him and Namamoto were having, and now he knows the secret of disposing aliens. I mean, how do you explain all the bite marks at the hospital? I would only assume this situation will rear its head in the coming chapters. I do like, however, Namamoto questioning Katami on where he stands. He wasn't able to give her a definitive answer, so this is definitely going to be something expanded upon as the story goes on. And speaking of that, something I've been wanting to see is more Backbone, and now we've got that, I'm just curious how it's going to play out. Which leads me into my speculations for the next set of chapters. For starters, Namamoto deciding whether or not Backbone lives with her only leads to a few options. It's either an immediate sure whatever, you just have to pay rent, or no and slams the door. Or the third option is, let me think about it, and she goes to Katami asking what he thinks. Now, Backbone's motivation behind this is anyone's guess. Maybe she had a falling out with the organization in a Glasscar, or it's her next mission from a Glasscar to learn Namamoto's secret. Or it's like everyone in this economy and rent is just too much for a single person to handle. Only time will tell with her true intentions behind this interaction. I would also assume the next big event will be Katami going to the concert. The focus for the next volume or arc will be Katami deciding go all the way with killing the aliens or sparing them, changing his ways. I'm sure Katami is going to be having more hallucinations and hanging out with Lily sessions. But again, I believe the concert will be the focal point for the coming chapters. And if Namamoto does live with Backbone, it would be her and Katami balancing the secret of their disposal method to her. But then again, Katami's perspective and opinion on Namamoto eating aliens and his new viewpoint on aliens could turn everything upside down. Now there's speculation on who the main character of the series is. Most people think it's Katami, which makes sense. But I wouldn't be surprised if the next arc focuses more on Namamoto, building up her character a bit more. Lastly, I think a new character will be introduced. And if I had to guess, it would be the idol of the concert. That would make the most sense to me anyway. Now, just to throw a completely wild theory out there, I would not be surprised to learn that Backbone is the idol. If it's true, you heard it here first. But if not, you never heard it from me. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you like Katami's character change? Where do you think the story will go from here? What do you think is going to happen next? Let me know down below. As always, thank you for watching. May God bless you and peace.